Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and hello. I come to you from the world where 1 month ago I went to my first Esperanto meet in VR. This is inside VR chat, which I know I don't normally frequent these days. This used to be all that we did. And there's another meeting coming up pretty soon. I'll be able to tell you guys a lot more about all of that soon. Soon. A lot of things are in development. And because a lot of things are in development, I wanted to take a second and talk about some of what I'm going through internally. I had a conversation with one of the moderators of my Discord, and it really got me thinking. And the context is only a very small handful of people have joined from the Esperanto things that I've been doing ever so briefly, ever so recently. So I had to make a new little channel so the Esperantists can chat and not bother everyone, but then I can also chat. But I mean, this is see us sufficient sufficiente Esperanto uh, in order uh, that I can so I can speak Parolas Esperanto. I'm working on it. I don't yet have the capability or the confidence to speak in my own server that I made a little corner for for the new hobby that I'm working on. But the conversation, generally speaking, it just kind of why I'm here is the growing pains of just like what we're working with. It's hard for me to get this out. Um, I said it's interesting getting the ball rolling again after being dormant for such a long time. And that's what got me thinking. As I've been advancing and getting back into the hang of things, not just making videos, but remembering what was the energy which guided my initial video quest. And that quest, like, there's a new quest line. It's time for a new quest line. And I'm in one, and you can't ever help but feel like where my current internal quest is new, then you're going to want to juxtapose it to how was the previous quest line. Like some kind of a crappy sequel of my internal psyche, you know? It's like, this game does not live up to what the previous one had in mind. I don't even feel that way whatsoever. But I can't help but hold in mind where I've been as I continue to advance in the present day, both to inform the actions that I am taking now, but just to carry through a lot of the good things that did come from the past. And these days, it feels very much like I'm starting from scratch, like I'm starting over. Because there's the handful of core, the core who's still here, has been for 2 years, growing, and then even throughout my dormancy and as I've been coming back, and there's just still the good handful who are here. Like, I'm not starting from the beginning, but as far as there being absolutely no momentum for myself as a creator or myself in personal growth, I can't help but remember who it was the last time I was here, beginning once again the train of growth. And I'm going to take a couple seconds. I just want to talk about a few things, namely, like, man, I miss my fish boyfriend. I just do. And that's kind of a new thing, because up until, I don't know, just recently, I was very hung up on all of the parts that were not dynamite. We did not make for very good human compatriots, but before that was a problem, I like to think that we there was some really, there was a lot of fun there. And it's been about a year, a little over a year, since the little Discord server started in the first place, which came about because my ex, dear Spec, put it together. It bullied me into it. I can say that pretty comfortably. And I, would have had one by now anyway, I'm pretty sure. But it just came about, it was very much a, we're doing this now. And I was like, are we really doing that? Like, I just felt like I wasn't ready for it, and then we have it now, and then it went completely dormant, and That's not an issue. Because that was just kind of like a different brand of being scared. And I get scared about different things now, which I don't need to demonstrate. I don't need to illustrate the things that I'm worried about. That's the previous side quest. Previously, I would talk about the things that are worrying me, why it worries me, I'm going to do it anyway. And that's 2 years ago. I'm learning what the current thing is. And my point to this video, though, the entire point to this video, I got off of my job, which is just, you have a job, so you get tired, and I hadn't remembered that for a while because I just didn't have a job for a while. And I took a nap, and I got completely demotivated when I woke up, and my mind just kind of went directly to the things that I missed. Because life is so different now. My VR play space, I'm in the basement of my parents' house right now, and I sleep in my brother's old room, my older brother. strangest little thing. I've never actually really thought too critically about that. But waking up in a room I've never slept in, and that's just like that's what I've been for a while now, for a couple months. But it was a new place with the new routines, taking a nap after this particular job and waking up in that mood state. Like, it's just been hitting me a lot as I'm moving forward. There's a lot of changes taking place, and so I'm just kind of feeling exceptionally aware of my surroundings, I suppose. And about a year ago, I was waking up in Oregon, where I used to live. This time 1 year ago, I was. I don't yet know if Spec and I were doing Discord calls. I think our relationship was only VR based at that time, which we did for around about a month, maybe a little bit over. We had a very slow boil to things, and that was a really golden period. Neither one of us really knew what we were doing, and as it turns out, that remained the case. But I had my routines, and my relationship was my only disruption to my routine, and which was good. It ultimately brought me where I'm at now, which is happier than ever before. It just took a strange road to get there. I used to wake up in Oregon. I would do my kitty cat VTubing thing for a little bit in the mornings before going to work. I'd come home and usually edit what I had. Like, I don't need to talk through the routine. But as I struggled in that period of life and chronicled the struggle and tried really hard to grow a whole bunch, I knew what I was doing, which was that I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew what I was doing about it. And that felt lovely. And don't mistake me, I do not yet know what I'm doing. I don't not know. I'm like things are all right. I have my cadence in the mornings when I go to work, and then coming home, I'm usually pretty energized because work requires no brain power at all, and being a kitty cat requires also no brain power. I just haven't established the routines yet, because this is, a month old, 6 weeks. 2 weeks ago, I hosted my first Esperanto club in VR, which is borderline my first time hosting anything in VR, except for one other thing, which was kind of a trial run. It went really well and helped me prepare for this thing, but I don't yet know how that works into everything. I'm thoroughly excited about making Esperanto videos. The introduction there, as always, ladies and gentlemen, here, but Gesinjoroin Salutoin is, ladies and gentlemen, greetings, effectively. And it's fun knowing that, and it's fun looking forward to making more videos and just having fun. I haven't chronicled myself having fun too frequently. Typically, I chronicle myself struggling and then trying to overcome the struggle. And this whole fun thing, I never thought we'd see the day. I still can't believe it, but, we're here now, and we just have to kind of live with that. By the same token, a video I made recently, the last video I made? But I'm working on letting go of what I thought my Resonite channels would be and just doing it my way, my style. That's been a lot of fun. And picking up, because that's stuff I was trying to do a year ago. I launched that channel a year ago. I had ambitions, then immediately fell in love, and everything became just chaotic and the worst. And the best. What are you going to do? And I'm still figuring out what that cadence is like. And getting ready for some different collaborations that I have in mind. And I've always wanted to do collaborations. I was never ready for it. And looking forward to this, and then seeing some familiar faces again, maybe meeting some new ones. And there's nothing but a whole bunch of possibilities right now, and I just haven't yet learned my routines through any of them. And the reason, ultimately, that I came here to make a video, I think, I never know why I make videos, I just kind of do it and hope for the best. But I got feeling so nostalgic in ways that I haven't felt that way before. And it got me feeling pretty down because, I miss some of the friends from that time period. And I miss my ex, who was a friend from the time period. We're still no more boys. By the way, one of my friends, I think, watches these videos because I was hanging out with a friend I hadn't seen for a while. And I said, I'm in a no boys mode of life right now. And she's like, yeah, I know. I saw your video. And I melted down. I was like, what? What do you mean? What? No, that's not... Why, though? Why? You don't look at me that way. It was nuts. But anyway, no more boys. My ex-boyfriend is a boy. It's fine. I just won't fall in love again. And I don't know. I have no idea. But I caught myself missing all of it. And that's no good. Bear with me, please. It's nice recognizing in myself that I can look back on a year ago where I was internally and where my creative endeavors were at. It's nice to be able to look at that with a fondness now, because for the past several months it's only been a lot of pain and discouragement. But I am not going to suffice wishing today was anything other than what today is. Because there are parts of current life, the current quest, that I already do look forward to a tremendous amount, things that I do take a lot of heart in. There are things that I am working on building routine towards. And I can't ever decide where my emotions are. Like the thing that my head gets stuck on is what it is. I'll be thinking about the whole nostalgia, remembering the past with the fondness and the videos that I was making, the things I was worried about. I'll be remembering that really strongly for a while. But the flavor earlier was all wrong. I caught myself wanting that. I missed that. I wish I had that sense of direction, because the new quest line is young enough. I don't yet know what this turns into. I don't know that. It's so new. I'm in the period of exploration. And I had a theory, which did in fact come to pass, that if I came and made a video and just kind of talked through some of what it is that I did enjoy about 1 year ago, that I would be able to come and have an internal fondness for that recollection, even as I continue stepping forward in the present day, making a video now, not a video a year ago, in a world where I'm about to go hang out with some new buddies. Recontijas, Kun, Mian, Amikoin. Maybe. I don't know, man. I'm going to meet with some friends. But my point is that the effect I believe I achieved, and I invite you guys to see if it follows, if the logic holds weight. Because that's all still going to be very deep in my heart. And now I think something about it, I don't know how, but getting on a video and paying tribute to some of the good things that I do remember from that time period feels more like I am here now about to engage in some of the new things, and I remember where I came from, not that I miss what I used to have, you don't gotta focus on that part of it. You don't gotta bring that kind of attachment into it. I don't know. Nothing's. I I I I don't know. But I caught myself missing a lot of parts of that old life. And that had turned into missing who I was a year ago. And an element to missing something that you once cared deeply for, or whatever, there's a reason that you miss it. There's a strength of attachment that was there. You're missing something that you loved. And instead of focusing on how much I was missing it, I decided to focus on how much I did in fact love it, what that felt like to have that routine that I really enjoyed. I knew what I was in the middle of, and I knew what I was doing about it, and I knew there were some troubles ahead, and so I knew what I was doing about those too. And I'm figuring out what I'm doing now, and that's a fine thing. That's a good thing. It's a good place to be. But I chose to take the time in my day to remember what it was that I loved about the thing that I caught myself missing so desperately. And that helped me feel good instead of feeling bad because I wasn't missing anything. I was just remembering something that was warm. And just like I'm warm in my play space because there's a space heater, even though I'm wearing some extraordinarily cute shorts right now, and you can't see them because I'm a cat. Although I am a cat, and my cat has shorts. My squirrel does not have shorts. And maybe someday my squirrel will have shorts. And I don't know if my squirrel will ever make it into VR chat, because I only play VR chat typically when I'm hanging out with friends or when there's a boy. No more boys. But yes, that's we got. Those are my shorts. And I'm wearing shorts also in the real world. And I have to go though, because it's time for a meeting. I have to go have my reconto. It'll sort itself out. Hope you guys are doing well. More information on the way about everything I've been working on, because old Phineas has been busy. But bye, guys.